What are the signs of awakening after a dark night of the soul? How often do we go through a life crisis, a crisis of worldview, or a crisis of our own spirituality? Is it true that many human beings, through adversity, have lost trust in God at least once in their lives? Do you know the feeling that the universe and the higher powers have simply forgotten you? The good news is that sometimes these slumps may last only a little while, and sometimes they may be longer, but in any case, they are not here forever. The dark night of the soul isolates us from the rest of the world, sends us into darkness, and makes us feel like we are wandering alone on this planet. Today we will look at how to know that we are returning to our spirituality and spiritual awakening. Dreams and creative inspiration are a reliable platform for spiritual exchange. Our dreams show us possibilities, desires, and other impulses that come directly from our subconscious. Also, our creative side comes alive again when we find our way back to the higher powers. All areas of life that are served by emotion and vibration gradually blossom. Also, synchronicities are reliable and very clear signs from above, reminding us again and again that we are not alone when unexplained coincidences occur that seemingly have nothing to do with each other. Divine or supernatural beings are involved. Then we meet old acquaintances, or interesting opportunities begin to present themselves. We begin to feel a deep connection to the universe and our belonging to the wonder of creation. The sense of belonging to all that surrounds us is priceless. Forgiveness and forgetting are also important. Spiritual crises often go hand in hand with existential life crises. It is as if we do not have our feet firmly on the ground. Sometimes the ghosts of the past just won't leave us alone. If we can banish them once and for all to the realm of the dead, we have defeated the darkness. Be resilient. One of the great benefits of living in harmony with the creative spirit, the universe or God, is the certainty that everything will turn out well. The result is hardened nerves and confidence that all will be well. Gratitude is the alpha and omega of a contented life. Without it we cannot find contentment, and as we all know, it is the key to happiness. Those who can focus more on how many reasons for humility and gratitude they already have in their lives will get back on track, on the right spiritual path, all the more quickly. Those who can see themselves as part of the big picture experience a new way of looking at the world. Humanity is no longer an enemy or an unloved competitor. We feel united with all others and develop greater compassion and empathy for our surroundings. Have a clear focus. Few people know that even a minimum of spirituality and faith can serve us well in terms of goal orientation. Those who live in peace and harmony with themselves and their higher self can focus on the future and their plans with peace of mind. We see everything more clearly in the true sense of the word when we are spiritually anchored. Discipline is another relatively familiar aspect. But a much more important aspect is faith. Many undisciplined people draw metaphysical strength from their devotion to the Creator. Faith strengthens us and intuition pulls us upward. Those who trust their inner voice are never alone. The beauty of faith or spiritual awakening is that it enhances our intuition. As you become receptive to even the smallest vibrations and oscillations, you can better assess your fellow human beings and the various situations that come into your life in an instant. A crisis of faith can also sometimes occur. These are superficially manifested by no longer being able to rejoice in anything or anyone. Our whole life becomes dull and meaningless, lacking fun and joy, but also lacking inner peace of mind. Peace of mind will only return when we make peace with our light beings and find our spiritual anchorage again. Those who live their lives in the present moment, here and now, experience their existence more intensely than people who are constantly afraid of the future and drowning in their past. They completely lose perceptive insight into themselves and their lives. Once this phase of darkness is over, they find their natural rhythm of life again. Returning to our faith or trust in God or the universe sharpens our senses. Where this interplay comes from is still a mystery even to the spiritual world. Perhaps our senses can orient themselves better externally when we are calm and relaxed. The process of spiritual awakening is shrouded in a thick fog of disorientation and despair before there is any sign of improvement in the spiritual crisis. And the temporary loss of our inner voice, which also represents a connection to heaven, is repeated. We usually emerge from these spiritually weaker periods stronger than before the dark night of the soul. It may even strengthen our connection to God or the universe. Often we don't realize how valuable a given thing is to us until we lose it. Remember, the greatest darkness is just before dawn. Our faith and spirituality will always find its way back eventually.